Presidential alert, you up? You've been following the attacks or the defense of the Venom movie over the past couple of days. You might have noticed what appear to be coordinated attacks of the film from the Lady Gaga fan base.
That's weird.
I mean, sure, the movie appears to be terrible and is currently sitting at a 30% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but there are a decent amount of fans and critics alike who say that if you can just take the movie for what it is, bad, but not as bad as some of the comic book movies that have been released over the past few years, you might actually lean towards the fact that this could be a so bad it's good type movie.
Yeah, I'm never into that.
I've heard so many varying accounts, like it's a great buddy cop comedy between Venom and Ed Hardy, Tom Hardy.
You know, maybe, yeah, if they had just embraced Ed Hardy, maybe.
I think this movie is the movie personification of Ed Hardy.
I think they probably wanted to cast Ed Hardy.
They're like, oh, fuck, who else you got?
Shit, we got Tom Hardy. He showed up.
Apparently,
we wanted the guy who makes the shitty hats.
all of the fantastic actors in this are heavily underutilized for their talents, and it's a
very
it's a
talented
mess.
cast.
And like we said weeks ago, it seems like a movie that somehow was put into a time capsule 15 years ago and released on the unsuspecting public now. But like I said, there are people defending this movie, and I can kind of see their point.
Whatever. I mean, you like what you like. Me personally, I think Jim Carrey played Venom the best 20 years ago in the movie
Why fix
The
when
Mask.
it's already perfect?
Yeah. So yeah, obviously we haven't seen it, and we probably won't, to be honest.
I mean, I got the A-list. Maybe I'll throw a viewing at it.
Seems like a good plane movie. I like a plane movie that I can fall asleep during and not feel bad about missing anything.
It's like a How It's Made the movie. Just fall asleep to me, please.
So yeah, not for us, but there definitely seems to be an audience for Venom. Mm-hmm. The odd thing about the Twitter reviews for the film, though, is what appears to be the aforementioned coordinated attack from Lady Gaga's fan base, which appears to be sending out and retweeting the same regurgitated lines about how terrible it is, while also casually recommending the new Lady Gaga Bradley Cooper film, A Star Is Born. Now, for us, we don't really understand why these little monsters, which is apparently what Gaga fans call themselves.
Still to this day.
Why they would go after Venom at all, considering the distinct lack of crossover appeal of what you would assume would be the audience for both films. I don't think anyone's sitting at home choosing between Venom and A Star Is Born.
Honey, what should we see tonight? Well, I'm a little bit country and you're a little bit rock and roll. Maybe we go see Venom and A Star Is Born, since we're both eagerly awaiting the release of both of these movies.
It's a hell of a double feature.
I mean, which one's the aperitif and which one's the digestif, Elliot? That's the real question. And that's the question that all of these crossover fans are going to have when it becomes Friday.
When it becomes Friday.
That's what I call the days now because they're so long.
It has become Friday.
We
There
live in a
are
society.
films available to watch now.
No, I'm seriously, I just can't really see people who are eager to watch A Star Is Born having to make the very difficult choice between the two films, and vice versa. Elliot, which movie should we? We're 16-year-old fucking dudes who love Fortnite.
Bro,
what are we gonna see? I was toss up Venom.
Hey,
or
you want to go see American Sniper 2?
That's every time I see the Star Is Born trailer while I'm like in the movie theater, it's so much fun, more fun to imagine it as American Sniper 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you just watch it as that, then they're
Yeah, I
both great.
killed a lot of guys in Iraq with my big long gun. But now I want to be a country singer. And you know what? Lady Gaga, you got a great voice. I don't care if everyone calls
Oh no, I don't.
Everyone called me ugly. Like, what are you talking about? You're very attractive.
Yeah, it's a weird
It's
premise.
dumb.
Listen, it appears that they, the Lady Gaga fans, they are
The little monsters?
Yeah, the little monsters. They're attacking the film using the same exact tweets as one another. Now, at first, I was convinced that, maybe it was a social media attack by North Korea, the country that was behind the Sony hack a few years back as a result of the studio's release of the Seth Rogen comedy, The Interview. But then again, why wouldn't they attack every single other Sony movie? Anyways, here are some of the tweets that have been going around regarding Venom from what appears to be Lady Gaga's fan base.
At Ann Harrison Mom tweeted, I saw #Venom last night and had to leave halfway through. My children wouldn't stop crying at how bad it was. Luckily, a second pre-screening of #A Star Is Born was about to start, and now we are all crying tears of amazement. Please pray for my eldest. He is still in a coma. What? Sounds like you just cry at every movie you go to, lady.
Yeah. What? But are my
Also-
kids crying or
Also,
tears
how
of joy?
old are your
or-
kids? I'm pretty sure both of these are like at least PG-13.
Star is Born probably are. I don't know. Maybe it's PG-13.
Nah.
Anyways, why like this mom bringing all of her kids to Venom and then A Star is Born? That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to waste.
You sound like a bad mom.
Yeah, maybe it's just a bad mom. Who would torture their kids with A Star is Born? At Sally McCallan tweeted, "Oh dear, Venom was so bad. I can't believe I actually took time to see it. I mean, it was free, so luckily I didn't have to pay for such bad acting. Looks like my daughter is taking me to go see A Star is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper to cheer me up."
Yeah, I mean, it's like the sentiment absolutely, like, it's believable. Obviously, Venom is terrible, but
Yeah.
but
Luckily my daughter called. Mom, why are you in hysterics?
Why is this worded like an infomercial?
Yeah.
Edge of Enigma tweeted this. Extremely disappointed with the letdown that Venom was. One of the films I was most excited for turned out to be the worst film. Hate to say that considering I am the biggest Venom fan. Looks like I'll be taking my family to A Star is Born instead. What? I don't believe you.
Yeah, especially this one. I do not believe this. I am the biggest Venom fan. Looks like I'll be taking my entire family. My entire family, as I wear my Venom t-shirt. Or no, sorry, I burned it like my Nike.
This family has been wronged by the Venom movie.
So we're
the
gonna
only
go
way
see-
to make it right is if we all pile back in the minivan, head down to the local multiplex, and sit down and watch Lady Gaga in A Star is Born.
Vote with your wallets, people.
At Eves New tweeted, just got back from seeing Venom in theaters. So disappointed. Lots of Democrat nonsense. Pushing LGBT agenda down throat too. Disgusted. I can't believe I am saying this, but I might have to take the kids to see A Star is Born tomorrow to make up for the terrible night. Very sad. What? Hold on. Look, again, we haven't seen the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is one of the most pro-LGBT plus people on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Like, she literally wrote multiple songs about
I mean,
it.
we saw it in the trailer. Everyone knows the famous line where the guy goes, "Who are you?" And then Eddie Brock, who's turning into Venom, says, "We are gay."
Yeah.
Use our correct pronouns.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. There's enough weirdos on Twitter that all of these tweets could have been legitimate. And based off of numerous reviews from critics, the movie ain't great. But if you search for all those tweets that we just mentioned, or any kind of weird combination of the words in those tweets, there are tons of the exact same tweets from different accounts being spread on the platform. A lot of which look like they're coming from, accounts that look like bots with photos, titles, and usernames that make the accounts appear like they're from moms, which is strange.
Mom bots.
Now, it's also strange that all of these moms not only got access to see this film early, but actually went, seemingly excited to check out the fucking Venom movie.
Yeah, I don't believe that anyone did
Honey?
that.
Did you check the mail? Did you see if my Venom invite was in there? Here it is right here. All right, I'm off to go see Venom. I'll let you and the kids know how it was. In my mind, like, I think the mom approach is because they want the studios to be worried about families. Like, I got 5 people in my family. It's me, my husband, we got 3 kids. You're losing out on all that money by being a bad movie when I could just easily take my children who love Bradley Cooper to go see A Star is Born.
I love Bradley Cooper. He killed all those Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so this is all very fishy.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed News did a pretty deep dive into this whole conspiracy, and so basically they came up with 2 results for the question of why do Lady Gaga fans care about shitting on the Venom movie. One of those answers was that the whole thing was picked up by Gaga fans who just ran with it in order to troll people and build up hype for her movie in doing so, because all press and all retweets still count as marketing. No such thing as bad news.
I guess.
The conspiracy and coverage of the conspiracy behind all these tweets is certainly making mainstream audiences more aware of the existence of both films. Now, the other answer is that there was actually a coordinated attack planned by at least a few little monsters or North Koreans out there.
So in their reporting, they were in contact with someone who confirmed it was a coordinated effort and told them that It's us Gaga fans creating fake IDs to trash the Venom premiere. They both are getting released on the same day, so we want more audience for A Star Is Born. The person who they were in contact with shared a bunch of tweets and accounts that they or people that they worked with had created or utilized for the effort.
But again, to us, the whole way, it just all seems like a giant waste of time, considering the fact that we just cannot visualize a Venn diagram where the fans of both those movies have any crossover.
That little mill section, non-existent.
No. This just leans more towards the fact that tweets in general should never be taken at face value unless you maybe follow the person or do at least a little bit of quick research into their other tweets. Twitter has a serious bot problem, and it's one that they are having a tough time solving, even though they've apparently been purging millions of bot accounts over the past few months. But whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
More of them are just going to show up, and they're going to keep trolling whatever the hell they want, whenever they want, and when coordinated attacks like this are launched, some of the tweets actually look legitimate because they have a ton of retweets from other bots or from actual people who might as well be bots who agree with the sentiment and retweet it to their followers as well.
You know what? I will go see A Star Is Born.
Did you, this is not in the script, but, and I'm not exactly sure how legit it is, but
the Last Jedi thing?
Yeah,
yeah, there was a research paper that went into it that uncovered that it was like Russian trolling pushing the whole narrative about that, and then that of course the way that works is that normal people who agree with those comments feel safe about joining the conversation and start talking about it.
It fits the whole the everything we know about Russian election trolling.
Yeah, pretty perfectly.
Is that they're just throwing a match onto some already
and it's a safety and numbers thing. It's a
a
safety and numbers thing too, because people feel a lot more comfortable expressing their shitty opinions when there's other people doing it.
It is just hilarious. They're like, how do we destabilize America? We keep the debate over whether or not The Last Jedi was a good movie going for like an entire year.
And whether or not,
you know what? That's literally what's happened.
Yeah.
Even I don't know how at fault the Russians are for that, but people are still logging on to twitter.com
to argue about
every day to argue about that fucking Star Wars movie.
I just want memes. Just give me the memes. That's what I like Twitter about.
Yeah.
But let's move on to an update from a very sad story that played out recently when one of the last remaining nationwide toy stores shut its doors for good. Late last year, Toys R Us filed for bankruptcy protection, and then earlier this year, they announced and then followed through on plans to shut down all of their stores and halt sales on their website, leaving upwards of 33,000 people out of work with no benefits or severance pay. The executives for the toy store, however, they were allowed to pay themselves millions in bonuses in the wake of the bankruptcy, but
that's nice.
That's neither here nor there. But wait, hold on, because apparently Toys R Us is coming back, baby, for some reason.
So why the reversal? Well, I mean, it sort of makes sense that they would file for bankruptcy, shutter all their stores, enjoy some money from people who bought gift cards and never got to spend them, fire all their employees who may have been working there for years and built up a somewhat decent salary, leaving them with nothing, and then go up for auction and see that it would be more valuable to keep the brand than to just sell it off. And then open all the stores back up and fill them with new workers who can start at rock bottom wages once again. Woo!
Yeah, it's fun trip.
The whole thing feels like a weird shell game where the company who owns them was just messing around with everything in order to get rid of some debt before coming back once everyone realized how much they missed that stupid giraffe.
Hey, you really like Toys R Us? Prove it. We're gonna shut it down. How loud can you get?
I'm shutting down Toys R Us. Changed my mind.
Changed my mind. And apparently people did. Still, with how competitive the marketplace is these days, you can't really imagine how a store like Toys R Us could continue to survive and thrive. And it wasn't that surprising when the whole thing shut down.
Yeah, the only reason for Toys R Us to exist is so that you can check and see that they just got a bunch of inventory of NES classics.
Yeah,
that they're just giving away.
Yeah. But anyways, plenty of people were actually upset because the store, it had been a staple of their childhood. So at the very least, maybe there will be an initial surge of nostalgic shoppers whenever it does make a return. We're not sure. But all those Spirit Halloween locations that are currently filling the old Toys R Us locations around the country like some kind of weird hermit crab, they might be letting Joffrey the Giraffe back into his old squatting grounds once Spooktoberfest is over. But we wouldn't hold our breath that Toys R Us will be back around for long.
Yeah, no, it's a fundamentally flawed
Well, apparently
business plan.
they were surviving, but they were so just swallowed in debt
Yeah.
that they couldn't buy themselves out of the old debt. But
Yeah, no, the people running it knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to go out of business. They knew they would be able to pay themselves out and
it was a big capital investment firm.
Yeah, completely fuck over.
They did the same thing to
thousands of
KB
places.
Toys.
Yeah, no, it's super predatory.
I love that they picked toy stores of all places to do it too.
They hate kids. They
Who
hate
doesn't?
children.
Who
A
doesn't?
bunch of Grinches over there at Bain Capital. They're
Yeah.
called Bain Capital.
Nobody know who I was till I closed all these toy stores.
Hey guys, one more thing. Another quick update to the ongoing Elon Musk saga because yesterday, this is what it's like when worlds collide. Kanye West, who had an interesting past few days to say the least, was visiting Detroit's College for Creative Studies and decided that it was the perfect time to stand up on a table and defend Musk
Yeah.
to a room full of unsuspecting college students who really look like they just wanted to keep getting on with their work.
Yeah, he jumped on a table and started ranting about Elon Musk and the problems that he's been going through before pleading with these students who stood there in silence to just leave this man the fuck alone.
Leave that man the fuck alone.
It was a truly inspirational speech.
Now I'm worried that Kanye's gonna bust into this room one day while
Yeah.
we're filming and get up on that table over there, just start yelling at him.
Elon could let whoever into his house that he wants. Shut your mouth.
Also, Kanye West's fallen down the same trap so many of you down in the comments section seem to fall down where you're just like, what did Elon Musk do wrong? Well, guys,
You can't just go around
the
accusing
Securities
people of-
and Exchange Commission outlined all that pretty clearly
Yeah.
in like a fucking
And
20-page document.
The defamation lawsuit filed against him also lists a bunch of reasons as well.
Yeah, these documents are publicly available. You can read them. They're fascinating. Like,
we quoted some of them.
I didn't know that like one day I would get a lot of joy out of reading extremely dry court documents, but now it's like one of my favorite things. Just do it.
And I don't really find joy in the whole bashing Elon Musk thing.
No.
We were fans of Musk.
I wish he just would have never done any of these things. But
Anyways,
yeah, whatever. If you need yet another reminder of the whole Elon Musk saga leading up to the news that he was forced to pay millions of dollars to the SEC and step down as chairman of Tesla, all because of a fucking stupid tweet, the most expensive tweet in history. If you need that recap, be sure to check out yesterday's episode of Tech News Day by clicking that box over here at the end of the video. It's going to be over there. We cover that whole saga and we talk about the fact that, oh yeah, whoops, Facebook was hacked, 50 million accounts were compromised. You know, it's a Tuesday.
It happens.
But also, we also talked about some good news too.
Yeah.
So check that out. And of course, check out our video from Monday as well. And we'll see you soon for another episode of Weekly Weird News.
How are we going to make a whole episode of weird news when the weird news just doesn't stop?
It's going to be hard.
Okay, well, we'll try. Be there for it.